18 Ebix Cash Studio.
Hello and welcome to CNBC TV18's Ebix Cash Studio. I'm Parikshit Luthra. The Indian government has pressed the pedal on the metal and is urging automobile manufacturers to ramp up electric vehicle manufacturing. Motown captains are expanding their EV lineup with plans to set up fast charging networks. India's EV penetration as of today stands at 1.3%. That's a vast improvement from 2017, when India's EV penetration stood at only 0.4% of total vehicle registrations. But in all honesty, India's EV story has not exactly taken off. Lack of awareness about cost benefits, inadequate number of charging stations, lack of fast charging networks along highways, among others, have served as major deterrents. Let's compare India with the developed world. EV sales in China today account for 12% of its total car sales. EV penetration in Europe is around 15%. Even the United States has a 3% penetration rate. And will 2021, and this is the question, will 2021 be remembered as the year when India's EV story really took off? Let's welcome our guests. We've got Anmol Jaggi, the co-founder and CEO of Blue Smart. We've got Mahesh Babu, the CEO of Switch Mobility. Also with us is Chetan Maini, co-founder and Vice Chairman of Sun Mobility. Nagesh Basavanhalli, Group CEO of Greaves Scouten. Also with us, Jasmine Shah, Vice Chairperson of the Dialogue and Development Commission of Delhi. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here on CNBC TV18. Mr. Babu, if I may begin with you. We've been tracking sales since 2017. It increased from 0.3 to 1.3% as of now. Doesn't really look very encouraging, but do you think 2021 will be a year when India's EV growth story really takes off?
Firstly, happy World Environment, World EV Day today. I think it's important that the panelists who are here, all of us are doing a tremendous efforts to have put India in the EV global map, as well as to make this EV Day wonderful. Coming to your question, I think we are talking about 1% plus adoption today, while we started off with a meager 0.4% 2-3 years back. I think the important thing is it is in the right direction. You know that EVs have actually come over the bump of COVID, and adoption actually accelerated. There are tremendous efforts taken by the government, industry, and also even consumer awareness has substantially increased. And then we are looking at scaling up from 2020 onwards. I would say 2021 is going to be even better than 2020. But 2020 itself is a watershed moment when COVID came and EVs adoption increased substantially. So EVs have weathered the what I would say storm in auto industry, and it is playing a progress. Substantial number of players have come in two-wheelers. We have proved in three-wheelers it is economically viable. We have proved in four-wheelers, fleet mobility, it is making sense in economic viability. And large-scale adoption in buses and LCVs are the one which are taking place in India. I strongly believe buses have a huge opportunity, particularly in the cities, to get converted to electric. And now we are looking at LCVs and last-mile mobility and mid-mile mobility segment, where e-commerce is playing a vital role in converting to electric. With all this happening, it's not easy.
All right.
Say that auto industry itself, you need what I would say tough leaders to run it, and EV is going to be further tough. Having said that, India is having a huge opportunity in all the segment, and I'm happy that everybody, including government, industry, and consumers, are thinking that, and it is in the right direction. So it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a very, what I would say, satisfying journey if you look at 5 years down the line.
All right, so you're saying 5 years down the line, it will be a satisfying journey, but India does not have any mandate or direction in terms of the number of EVs that should be on the road by 2030. But Mr. Jasmine Shah, just to get you in, the Biden administration has introduced a 50% electric vehicle target by 2030. The European Commission is targeting 60% EV sales by 2030, and their estimate is that Europe will reach 75% EV sales by 2030. Where do you think we are heading? How encouraged are you by the EV numbers that we see in Delhi?
So first of all, congratulations to everyone for, the World EV Day. I think it's a good opportunity to reflect on where we are on our own EV journey. And as far as Delhi's experience is concerned, despite being a pandemic hit year, uh, we've just finished 1 year of Delhi EV policy. We had notified it in August 2020. And in August 2021, we just finished 1 year. And if you look at the numbers and the share of EVs, we just spoke about that nationally, it's barely touching 1%. Delhi was at 1% a year back. And today, in the last 1 year, the share of EVs in new vehicles has increased to 3.3%, which is almost a threefold jump after the introduction of Delhi EV policy. And it's a mix of it's a good signal that the kind of things that we are trying to do in Delhi are working. It's still early days, be it the incentives, be it the massive awareness campaign, which no other city or state in India has launched to popularize EVs, and it was called the Switch Delhi campaign. And subsequently, there's a lot of work that is also happening on charging infrastructure, promoting electric autos and stuff. But I must say that whatever happens in the coming months and years, the role of cities and states is going to be the most crucial. Nationally, there is, of course, support in the form of FAME, but the government of India is not putting its neck out and trying to give a target as to the share of EVs. States like Delhi have actually said that we are trying to reach 25% of the share of EVs by 2024, which is barely 3 years away. So I would not be too bothered about what Europe and what other parts of the world are doing. If cities and states can put a not more than 2 to 3 year target of what should be the share of EVs, minimum I think 10 to 15% is going to be the point of inflection. But if states and cities can aggressively plan to reach that 25% target, I think that is when we'll see the magic start happening.
All right. So you're saying that the government of India should stick its neck out.